everyone, this is Emily from burlapkitchen.com, where I'm all about simplicity. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this adorable bumblebee using some embroidery hoops and a set of bumblebee wings that I found at the Dollar Tree in the girls dress up department. We're also going to be using some burlap for this project. Axel had to make his debut too. So the first thing I'm going to do, and this step is completely optional, but I just like the way that it looks. So I'm going to go ahead and just stain my embroidery hoops using the Waverly Antique Wax. I sped this up real quick so you don't have to watch the whole thing. I just brushed it on and then I wiped it off with a rag. So now I'm going to take burlap. I like to double the burlap so you don't see through. So I doubled the burlap and I just inserted it into my embroidery hoops. This part takes a little bit of muscle, but it is doable. It's easy if you open the embroidery hoop up the whole way, put your burlap in, and then use a pair of pliers to secure it. And we're going to do the exact same thing with the little embroidery hoop. And I didn't mention this at first, and I should have, but the smaller hoop is a 4-inch embroidery hoop, and then the larger hoop is an 8-inch embroidery hoop. I'm just going to tighten this one up real quick. Now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim all the excess from around the embroidery hoop. When doing this, you want to make sure that you trim your burlap as close to the embroidery hoop as you can. That looks pretty good to me. So now we're just going to do the same thing with the larger embroidery hoop. And guys, this excess burlap that I'm cutting off, save that and put it in a little fabric stash. You can always use that for other crafts. And I'm going to just trim this off too while I'm at it. That looks pretty good to me. So now I'm going to take 2 zip ties and I am just going to secure the 2 embroidery hoops together. Make sure to put the knobby part of the zip tie in the back. I made that mistake when I did it live and put it in the front. The bow goes on a lot nicer if you put it in the back. I'm now going to use Brooke Riley's method of making a bow, also known as the Refounded Bow. To make this bow, you just layer ribbon that is different thicknesses and colors. I also added some raffia to the top, and now I'm just going to secure it with a piece of twine. Instead of cutting the twine here, I left the twine on to help secure it to the back of my bee. You'll see this here in a minute. So now I'm just going to trim my bow down just a little bit so everything's nice and even. That looks pretty good to me. So now I'm just going to take my hot glue gun and hot glue my ribbon to my bumblebee. Now I'm going to secure my bow with that piece of twine that we didn't cut. I then took the bumblebee wings and just took that packaging off. I also cut the elastic off because we're not going to need that. Now make sure when you put your bumblebee wings on that you put them on right side up. When I was doing my live, I made a mistake and accidentally glued them on upside down. So you don't want to do that with your project. So I'm just going to glue these wings to the back of the embroidery hoop and allow the glue to dry. And now I'm going to add 2 buttons. I didn't do that in the live, but I think it just adds a little something. I think it makes him look a little sophisticated. What do you think? Now I'm going to take 2 small buttons for the eyes, and I didn't even them up on purpose. I sort of wanted him to have, look a little bit goofy and cute and funny, so I purposely put them on a little uneven. I then took a little blush and rubbed it in on each side of his cheeks just to give him some rosy cheeks. Everyone who follows me knows I love my rosy cheeks. Now I'm going to fold a pipe cleaner in half and attach it to the back of the embroidery hoop with some hot glue, And this is going to be his stinger. Actually, one of my burlap kitchen friends gave me this idea while I was live, and I knew I wanted to add it to my next bee. Here comes Axel. Now we're going to add the antenna. For that, I just took the pipe cleaner and poked it through the burlap. Just like that. I then trimmed it up and took a pencil to curl it. Now I'm going to add 2 little yellow pom-poms to the tip. This was another great idea from one of my amazing followers. If you have finger protectors, I would definitely recommend wearing them for this step because it will burn you, trust me. And that's it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this simple DIY project. For more DIY projects just like this one, please visit burlapkitchen.com. Thank you.